Good. Call order June 15th, Board of Commissioners. Roll call.
Commissioner Hughes here, Commissioner Middleton here, Commissioner Rondo here, Commissioner Seaver here, Commissioner Seaver here.
Pledge allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Brief public comment. Once, public comment twice, no public comment. Everybody okay with the agenda? Or do we have a motion for it on that meeting?
Yeah.
Move to approve the agenda as printed. I'll support. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Consent agenda.
I'll make the motion to approve it as presented.
Support. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, none is gone. Down to the minutes. Committee of the whole, May 11th, and Board of Commissioner meeting, May 18th.
You do want them both at once or
Yeah.
one separately? I'll make the motion. Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, none. Number 8, Elizabeth. UP Environmental Code.
I'm on the site from the LMS District Health Department. And I come to the board to ask for your approval on revisions that we've made to our Upper Peninsula Environmental Health Code. Those are the regulations we use when permitting wells and septics. Those are the revisions that we made. They also have food service pools, campgrounds, and soil erosion in our code. We didn't touch those. The revisions that we made were in response to an audit that we had with the state of Michigan for accreditation. For 7 cycles of accreditation, so over 20 years, we had passed accreditation with no qualms whatsoever. We changed our code, intending not to change the way that we operate, and they had some issues with some of the language in the code. So we went through and just changed the code, the language to clear it up so that it reflects how we're conducting business. I can go through line by line with you on the codes if you would like, on the changes.
It was that huge one. Do we have to stamp this today?
This is the staff day, yes.
So on the code, I can go through them, I got them highlighted, there's not a lot of them. On the changes that we made, there was on page, if I them all, that's page 61, I'm going to print it off. So in the first section, under jurisdiction, we just added that it said within your area of jurisdiction, we changed that to specify Mooseback and Alger and Schoolcraft counties. Section 1.8, we did the same thing, we spelled out LMS Health Department. Under definitions in section 2.2, for Board of Health, we specified Moose, Alger, Mackinac, Schoolcraft counties. Further under definitions, alternative treatment system, we changed it from specifying that it had to be an NSF 40 or equivalent to just reflecting the requirements within alternative tech manual. We had an alternative tech manual. They didn't believe that we could use it because it was less stringent than our code, which just means our code covers conventional systems. And if it doesn't meet the definition of conventional system, we would then move to the alternative code to be able to permit out of the code, which would be our mound systems or some of our advanced treatment, which would be our Presbys and our Elgin systems. When we permit mound systems, which is a pressure dose mound or just an elevated mound, those are not NSF 40 technology. So with the way we had it worded, they said we could no longer use those. We didn't want to not be able to offer those to our constituents to be able to use. So we changed the definition to remove the NSF 40 out so we can continue to operate as we had over the past 30 years. We changed the definition of conventional sewage system, back to what it used to be in the Superior Health Code. Under the new code, it had referenced a conventional sewage system as being a septic system that contained a septic tank used in conjunction with an absorption system, which would be any type of system. Those are all the systems that we permit. Which so the alternative technologies would also fall into that. So we changed the definition back to reference that it includes septic tank used in conjunction with an absorption trenchant or an absorption bed that utilizes gravity distribution. So that just further defines it as a conventional, truly a conventional system. We changed the definition of surface water back to what it used to be under our old code. When we had changed it to, say greater than 2 months of the year, that there was water present on the surface of the ground, we never intended to change being able to permit systems that have been approved by the Eagle Wetlands Division, where they're approving us to fill in wetlands areas to build a home and a septic system. By having that definition changed, we were no longer able to do that under the code, so we changed it back so that our practices didn't change. In section,
We have a podium if you want to use it.
oh, thank you. In section 3-6. Oh, that was that. 3-6.2 under construction permits. We had our legal team just shore up the wording in there. They were saying that we could not utilize the alternative code because our tech manual, because our code didn't specify that we could. So we shored up the language in there to say that pursuant to an application and the criteria of the alternative manual, we can permit a system. The health officer has the authority to issue a variance to permit a system. So this allows us to continue business as usual as we've been doing. Section 3-10. We've added some verbiage in there, just to shore up. Already the code does not allow for a pump and haul, which are systems without a drain field. It would just be a tank system in which once the tank is full, they contract with a pumper to come pump out the septic tank. And then it starts all over. It fills up, they pump it out, it fills up. We have not allowed those in the past and we continue to not allow those. What we have found happens is it's very costly to keep pumping those out, and the homeowner thinks they're great at first, and then they decide, I don't want to keep paying this money, so they drill a hole in the side of the tank and run a pipe out, and they no longer have a problem. So we just shored up some language in there that they can't do it, because we would get lots of questions.
So they could still do it in an emergency system until.
An emergency situation, yes, until we can get the system fixed. That happens in the winter time a lot to where we can't get a system in, so they'll go on temporary pump and haul, but we have a contract that they put in place. And they get a pumper to sign on with the contract and present it to us, so then we do a temporary until they can get it in. Section 3-12. We removed the section where it said that we had to use the Michigan criteria for subsurface disposal. That's the Michigan's commercial code for systems that are less than 1,000 gallons. So the Michigan criteria allows us to utilize our code for permitting on systems that are less than 1,000 gallons. And that gives us more flexibility. The Michigan criteria is from 1994, and it does not have in there the ability to use alternative technologies, advanced technologies that have developed since that time. It would only allow us to do a pressure dose mount. So we couldn't use the Presby systems, which would allow people to build in tighter orders with less fill. they provide, better treatment of the effluent than you would get out of, say, a pressure dose system or just a regular system. So we, removed that section out of there so that we can still permit the commercial systems less than 1,000 gallons out of our code. When this document was originally developed, it was all of the health departments across the UP. And it took them 6 years to go through and develop this. So there was change over that period of time of when it was put together by those 6 departments. And none of the environmental health directors that are currently in now that I've talked to, we have no idea how that section got in there. So we've all gone and pulled it out. And then on same section, just a little further down, we specified in there, Eagle wanted us to add language that just says that any appeals under land division. This is section 3.13. Any appeals under the land division act would have to go to Eagle directly themselves. They always have. It just wasn't spelled out within our code, so they asked that we put that in there. Section 3-14.1 under B, we just spelled out the alternative technical manual. It has said previously the technical manual. We had thought it was referenced since it was under the alternative system that meant the alternative technical manual. So we've since spelled that out. Under section 5-3 for well permits. We added language in there that it aligns with what we're doing. We look for a septic system or a sewage treatment system when we're issuing a well permit. Essentially water in, water out. We've had a lot of people who want to put in wells and no septic system. So campers is where we get the most headaches with this from. They have a camper, they want to put a well in so they can hook the hose right up directly to their hookup for their camper and have running water. And then what we find happens is those fill up quite fast. They're not really large holding tanks on the campers. And so they've got the convenience of not having to go anywhere to get their water, but now they have to unhook it and go dump it multiple times a week, possibly, depending how much water they're using. So that becomes a pain. So they just open up the latch and let it go. So water in, water out. If they have a hand pump, they need a privy. If they have pressurized water, they need a full septic system. And that's the way we've operated. We just have spelled it out because we're getting a lot more inquiries and a lot more pushback on, I want a well, but I don't want a septic. Those were all the changes within the environmental health code. The other 2 documents we made brief changes on were the technical manual to the Upper Peninsula Environmental Health Code. And that is, I think that'd be separate document.
Well, that's only put in the packet the first time. Yeah, it was that email that I forwarded. I didn't put it in their packet, but I put the committees.
And I can pass this around. This was only has 1 change to it on page 25. Under deep cut. The change that we made, it said deep cut excavation shall not be greater than 6 feet in depth unless approved by the health officer. It should have just said deep cut excavations shall be approved by the health officer. A deep cut excavation is a cut that is made greater than 6 feet in depth, but not more than 12 feet. And so this was just in direct conflict of that. It said it shouldn't be more than 6 feet. But a deep cut is 6 feet or more. So we changed that so it actually aligned with the code. Like that. Oh, wait, yeah, okay. And then under the alternative tech manual, section 3 was the only spot we made any adjustments to. And we changed the table to reflect the table for sizing to the one we actually use. The one that was in there, I think the lawyers, first time around, were redoing things, they put a table in there that wasn't the table we were using. And that did not get caught when we went through approval the first time. So we replaced it with the table that we currently use. So we're not adjusting the sizing that we've been doing at all on any of our mound systems. But now the table reflects the sizing that we've been using. And that was the only change we made to that document. Any questions on any of the changes that we've made?
No. Pretty hard to read as fast as Joel was going through. Trying to keep up with that.
Thank you, Elizabeth.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
And we have to vote on it for the meeting.
For county, yeah.
I'll make the motion to approve those changes. Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you. Number 9, Trevor, for community corrections grant.
Hello. You're number 10 too.
Good to see you guys. My name is Trevor Cadley, for those that don't know me. I'm the Community Corrections Director for Marquette Regional. I know we've been in talks, in past months here, just regarding the upcoming funding application for next fiscal year. And I know we had some pretty good discussions last time I was here with like the judges and things of that nature, just thinking about like utilization of what kind of programs are going to be, you guys would be interested in. And to my understanding, that sounds like to keep our continuation with TRICAP was at the forefront, and making sure that we were going to continue with that, offering the opiate methamphetamine specific program. And along with that, in order to get people to TRICAP, essentially, you have to have some form of like some of these pretrial risk assessments in order for them to go pretrial. So essentially, those are the two programs that, we have baked in for next fiscal year for our grant application. And we did take off the pretrial supervision just per request. And like I said, these risk assessments, they wouldn't be happening, every day at the jail anymore. They just be like per request, essentially from October 1st on out, essentially. So I'm just here if you have any questions regarding the grant application or anything I can further clarify, or comments, concerns. Board.
I know on the TRICAP one.
Yep.
And that's total, that's not just Alger County, right?
What do you mean by that?
I'm looking at the.
Yeah, that's total.
The
Yep.
total.
That's correct. Yeah, there's no for instance, there's no max, like we have projections, that we base these numbers off of. And if you exceed those projections, that's not a problem, because typically in other counties, they kind of balances out in the end typically. So if you have more than what we projected, then, we'll keep funding it or finding the money to fund it. I mean, this year, we actually have additional $50,000 from Wayne County, just because we've had higher utilizations. We've taken it from those trolls downstate, which is great. We're putting it to use. So at the end of the day, the numbers that we have presented to you are just projections, but this does include the addition of technically four more counties. Iron County, Baraga, Houghton, and Keweenaw counties are all hopefully going to be joining in next year, as long as we have funding. We should know funding wise. State budget should be coming around July 1st. We'll see if that's the case or not, but we'll have a better understanding at that point.
The pre-trial. What did you say we had, the TRICAP we were looking for, but what did you say we had to be going with that?
The pretrial risk assessment. So for instance, if someone wants to go to TRICAP pre-trial, they have to have that risk assessment on file. So I budgeted to have some risk assessments on file, but they'd be just as a per assessment, you know, if someone's going down and they want them to go pretrial, then we would then, you know, contact the jail and be like, hey, we need a risk assessment done on such and such, so we can get them down there, essentially.
I didn't think that was Courtney was here. I think that's the one thing she said was any pre-trial stuff was just, it made it sticky.
I don't think that's what he's saying. Right now, and I mean, cut you off, Trevor.
We don't have, or
Everybody that we look in has to go through Justice Point until October 1st.
That, well, and honestly, we can stop that sooner. It's completely up to you. Obviously, since
that's
Alger
good to
County's Alger County's not utilizing pretrial services, there really
Okay,
isn't much of a
right.
point to continue with risk assessments, but we're contracted and budgeted for you guys to have that for the rest of this remainder of the year, but it
Okay,
doesn't seem like.
what he's saying that if somebody is gonna go to TRICAP, they're required to have
Yes.
this interview, so
Not
pre-try,
everybody.
not everybody that comes to jail, we still get
Yeah.
calls from Justice Point,
Yes, to this day, right now. Yep.
so.
Yeah, we can
And you don't
absolutely,
want those? No.
yeah, we can cease,
No.
I mean, it doesn't really make, to be honest, it doesn't make sense to have
Yeah,
these
okay,
risk assessments if you're not utilizing, if the bench isn't utilizing pre-trial
Okay.
services, so we can have that, I can make a call after this.
Yeah.
We can have that stop
Yeah.
today.
and if they go to TRICAP, then
Then we'll call you.
we'll.
If they
If
ask
you're
to
good
go
with
to TRICAP, then they call them and ask for a.
Yeah.
Then they do the assessment, it's not an everyday thing.
Which would be fine. Honestly,
Walk out.
it's just money. so.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I
They're
mean,
not cheap, yeah.
is there any way around that?
Yeah, I'd like to know.
There is gonna be, I mean, we're in agreement with this, but part of the agreement was with the sheriff said that we're gonna have to have some kind of protocol that if they want to leave, the cops.
It's done. That's done.
that would, right, all right,
That's done.
that's all right,
Yep,
yeah.
yep, that's done. Yep, a phone call was made to TRICAP. I told everybody
Yeah.
down at TRICAP that if there is an individual leaving Alger County, anyone in Alger County, that they have to be notifying the sheriff's department. And so they have that down for every single Alger County referral.
You would think that would be in all counties.
It's different because of just how you have them released, essentially, because some people are out literally on bond while, I forgot what the technical term is, maybe Rob can help me with this, but they're released on a, what do we call it exactly?
Some people are released on a personal recognizance bond, some are released on a furlough.
There you go.
So furlough, they're
That's the difference.
theoretically supposed to come back to jail, but historically, that's been somewhat of a myth.
So, yeah, that's the difference, because these other counties, they're out on bond when they get released, if that makes sense. So that's why you're kind of unique in that way, because it's a furlough, but that's already done.
That could be a part of the bond is you have to go to this, and if you don't,
Yeah,
it's
so-
going back.
Yeah, with Marquette, for instance, like our bond orders are typically written to where, like, if someone successfully completes it, then you are granted a PR bond at that time.
Yeah.
But with how everything's written with these furloughs is that even if you successfully complete, you are to return back to the Alger County Jail. That's how it's written, so this is a little different, but. it's not a big deal.
A person can't just walk out of there without somebody knowing he's walking out of there.
Correct, oh, yeah, I mean, absolutely.
Cause I don't wanna send somebody there and find out he's in California.
Well, for sure, yeah, but
Is there a
at the end of the
guarantee
day,
against that, or?
at the end of the day, this is not a correctional.
They're not gonna stop him from.
They're not gonna,
leaving.
they'll let you know,
They're
but
gonna call the cops.
exactly.
They're walking out and.
They're not gonna physically stop them, but.
They can't physically stop them, they're gonna notify you, yes, yep, that's correct.
Well, I'd like to see him physically stop him, myself.
Well,
That ain't gonna happen, man.
that's not
Yeah.
a.
They can call somebody who can figure out like that.
Yeah.
Like where this is going.
Yeah. Motion on it?
We need.
So two things, so there's technically two separate motions, one motion is to approve the funding application for next fiscal year. And you're part of that, obviously, being that we just talked about the limited risk assessments and the TRICAP referrals for pretrial and for the opiate methamphetamine specific program. So those are the two programs. And then the other part is also appointing a commissioner to be a part of our Community Corrections Advisory Board. We meet approximately 5 times a year. And those are Wednesdays, 8 AM, pretty early, but I mean, we can accommodate changes as we continue to grow, you know, we have no problem doing that, but. Somewhere.
So it have to be in person or?
Has to, if you wanna vote, it has to be in person, yep, but you can appear via Zoom, you just can't.
Law
That's
enforcement.
the only thing, we have, it's public meeting.
You say you can zoom in.
Oh, you can zoom in.
You can't vote. That's
Yeah,
the
takers. But it's Marquette, that's too far.
Yeah.
I'll take care of the first one. I'll go ahead and make the motion to approve the application for funding for fiscal year 2027 for the community corrections grant.
Then they're just applying on our behalf, okay? I'll second that.
Questions?
I had seconded.
I see any
Oh,
questions?
no, I don't have any questions.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Nothing. And we're gonna squeeze a 10B in there?
Yeah, okay, I just put like a, just make a branch off of.
9B.
9B.
One of us. Yeah, Marquette's too far for me to do that.
I thought you were gonna say, I can take the first one, which would have been the first meeting.
Yeah, when did
I
you
should-
change?
I should probably be able to do it.
When you
They're,
start,
they're typically every Wednesday at 8 a.m. However, like, you know, these next meetings coming up, we can definitely try to change. We try to get things going before the courts are in session because we have judges, our sheriff. is our-
Every
is our-
Wednesday?
5 times a year and every.
5 times a year, yep.
Oh.
So what Wednesday, like when's the next one?
Let's see here.
usually
I
the
think it's July.
first Wednesday, the last Wednesday, or just a Wednesday?
It's a Wednesday, yeah. So how it is, it's like, it's typically the Wednesday before our quarterly reports are due, because everything's open book. You're gonna see our finances, you're gonna see our, you know, our utilizations. I think we break it down per county as well, so it's good information to know for sure. And
I'll give it
also
a shot.
our measures,
I'll
so.
have to make the meetings out there, so.
Right, it's not like if you don't attend, it's not like, I would like you to be there, obviously, to be the voice of Alger, but
And we have an alternate, I mean, like,
I don't think there's a problem with
a
that.
lot of ours, we have alternates, so
Okay.
if one can't make it, the other one can still vote after that meeting.
We can, I can, let's vote for that, and then I can ask, I'm not entirely sure, we've never had that happen, but I wouldn't see an issue with it.
Does somebody else wanna be an alternate, just in case? Did you have a thought in that line? You were talking about it a lot.
I could be an
I'm
alternate.
over, yeah. All I want to make sure is we're not funding people that are getting drug charges, going down there and then walking out with
Right,
literally not even the slap on the wrist that they were getting.
Right. They should get worse,
Nothing against the.
No,
But
You're good.
prison, done,
yeah.
problem solved, right? I don't get to make that
Oh, that's
decision.
not problem solved, I'll be quite honest with you, we see them come back, that's the problem.
Longer,
Prison doesn't fix anything. Prison takes
Longer,
Well,
So yeah, I'm willing to take I'm not gonna make.
I'll make a motion that might be the representative and make you be the alternate.
of course, for me.
Any other questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None. Now we're on number
Thank you for
10.
your time.
But you know,
Another committee?
another
That's
question
community corrections advisory.
about,
Advisory.
Yep.
about the fifth.
Yeah.
Well, how do you know which Wednesday it's gonna be? When's the next?
You're gonna send him on.
I'm sorry, the next meeting.
Yeah.
13. It won't be until next fiscal year. I mean, technically, you guys, would you like to also have it? We still have meetings going on right now, but we had for Commissioner Livermore technically for this
Yes.
fiscal year, you know, so you're absolutely more than welcome to come. Let me just grab my calendar, my phone here. I can tell you the next meeting. It's in July. Let's see here.
Can't. Hold on. Oh, really?
No. It's only the 17th, actually. July's my short trip.
So yeah, next one is July 29th at 8 a.m.
Should go well, as long as we're okay.
Yeah.
And then every 5 weeks from there.
Well, it varies a bit. There's a schedule, and I can email the schedule to you. Yeah, it's not a
As
problem.
long as we see that ahead of time, that makes it.
You have their 2 emails?
I'll
Oh,
email,
it's something he'll take care of.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll email
Yeah.
Joel, details first.
Joel's man.
Sounds good.
Joel's the man with that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Perfect. Well, thank you for your time. I appreciate it. If there's any other questions, just please don't hesitate to reach out.
Thanks, Trevor.
Thanks. Take care, guys.
Take her easy.
Thanks.
Number 10, demand under LMAS, the 5-day public availability. And she laughed. That's not her problem.
No, so it's our process.
I did have one thing I would like to add to that. I was asking Joel, if we do approve this, if we send a copy of it to all the other 4 county commissioners.
Questions? Yeah.
The commissioner, so they know what's going on too.
Yeah.
There may be commissioners there that don't know this is even going on.
I'll make a motion to approve the demand letter. Down my ass for 5-day public availability.
I'll support that. As long as we add in what you just said there.
Easier to distribute, just
Not that we.
carbon copy it off to the other board.
CC it. Any discussion?
No more discussion from me, sir.
All in favor? Sounds good.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Seven passed. Number 11, affirm Juneteenth as holiday for the AFSCME. Or we don't have a choice. We do have a choice.
There were a few of them asking if they needed to use personal time on the day, and I didn't know the answer.
I still don't know the answer.
That's why I threw it on the did. I don't know.
I asked the judge, she goes, you know, we take it off, you guys run. Okay. So that's what I get from her.
And what does my staff do?
You are not court staff.
Yours aren't doing the.
But they're ASME union
They're in the
members.
meeting.
They should be.
I agree. It's my intention to have my staff here on Friday.
Yeah, the only one in any kind of conflict is the court staff,
Right.
because,
Well, they're in the middle of the whole conflict, so.
right, they're in the middle of it, but they're not in that.
State,
They're ankle deep, not knee deep.
state court is mandatory off, it's just, but counties goes by whatever the county negotiates with unions.
And as of right now, it's not negotiated.
It's not a negotiated thing, so.
Well, we
And
could
so
address that next negotiation, but
we are gonna have to.
as of right now, it is what it is.
We have to give it to them off, but I don't think we can make them use personal days. Can we?
Yeah.
I mean, if it's a state holiday, they shouldn't have to use their personal days for it.
Or can it just be an unpaid day off?
And what's this old letter of understanding I'm looking at? That says they
That would come up.
were gonna take Columbus Day away from them in exchange, basically.
So, yeah, during that contract, it was agreed that they would swap Columbus Day for Juneteenth.
Okay, so that was only good for that one contract
I
cycle.
don't know, but there is.
No, I'm just asking because it's in the packet, so I didn't know what.
Either way, it didn't wind up in the next contract.
Right,
Okay, so. Right, it's not in the current contract.
they didn't get
They
that
worked it,
week off or a day off.
right? They're not.
The big problem is they're not equal, no.
Right, and when we can't force them, the employees to use time off, because the court says the door stuff, we're not.
I could see.
Yeah, not right, and
No,
like we said, we're gonna have
This has to come up in our next
when we
contract.
start contract, this has gotta be
Oh,
solved
my guys get holiday pay.
better way than it is.
It's not.
Same con.
So basically, they're gonna get a shot.
Right, it's a
You have to go by your contract.
What happens on
I don't
a,
know.
like
what it's
Snowmageddon, when nobody
I know
came to
that
work?
my guys are
on
That's
working
a whole
Snowmageddon?
different,
We have work.
What is it?
We call it day
they call
paid.
it, they pay.
Okay. Well, this is essentially the same thing.
But when we
The
get,
court's calling it, so.
Right, but it's only, yeah, but it's a one, it's not the whole building, it's one.
only court staff,
That's I guess it's a perk of being court staff.
Until the next contract negotiation.
Right.
Yeah.
on yours though. If it's in the contract, Juneteenth, in there, they actually get it off.
Yeah, and if they work it, they're gonna get holiday pay.
Mm-hmm. So I would say, it'd be nice if you didn't work it.
Yeah, he said they're working Friday.
I will review the situation, report back at next month, regular board meeting.
I'm just, I mean, you have to run it, I mean, if you have work, you have to do that.
Yeah, we'll see. Well, I'll take a look at the contract and I'll talk to the guys, see what they wanna do.
Yeah, because, I believe when that's in that contract, we both agree that you shouldn't be in there, but you are. That's where we're at today.
Yeah.
Until we pulled,
Tell that
correct
it's
that.
something different. You have to abide by that contract. If it says you get that paid off, you guys can't work. Or if you do, we have to pay
Holiday?
holiday pay. And that's up to you if you wanna, be a good steward of your budget.
It's more about the needs of the office and, but I'll talk with them tomorrow. I'm sure it'll all work out. It always does.
Did we get anywhere?
I don't know, what was the answer?
I think we did, but yeah, we gotta make the actual motion to,
No, basically,
to go ahead and honor that for this year.
what I'm hearing is it's something subject to contract. then.
Right, we got to, something we gotta deal with later. Like right now, they get it off.
But do they have to take personal?
I don't think they do.
It's just a holiday.
I'd say it's the same as us calling it.
Well, unless they do like the mines did. They,
I don't think it's.
change the birthday and change it to the 15th of November, and that's their holiday. That's what they changed.
Right.
So
It changes.
you
Well,
have to take Juneteenth.
in a way, we have it like that with ours, in some of our holidays. They can work it.
Yep.
And use it as a personal day, they can make that day any day they want.
Yeah.
But
Good deal.
For this year, for this, we just gotta leave.
the
it
problem
There
is,
you go.
we negotiated that,
If
and the
it's
state
staff
came
works
in
it,
and
then
dumped
you just
one
count the
on.
time.
I'll figure it out. I'm not worried about it at all.
Alright,
Second,
Second.
I'll second it.
Well, I didn't hear a motion, what was the motion?
Mike made a
That's just what you
motion
do.
honor it as a holiday
to honor it as a holiday.
For this year,
for this year.
For the whole,
Well,
no,
Yeah.
just for the people that apply, it's
Just
just,
for court
yeah,
okay.
that's CME staff that fall under the judicial order.
and for his office to do whatever he wants.
No, he has.
It's the first time I heard that from a commissioner, I appreciate that very much. So I mean, I'm okay with this and I'm sending them home on Friday, but they're not gonna have to take personal time, correct?
Correct.
No, it's a
Okay.
paid holiday,
Yeah.
Alright,
cause you are in your contract,
Some good news.
unfortunately. And that's the only good, they'll get them right away. You got Friday off.
Always best to deliver good news immediately.
yeah.
Any other comments?
Cannot work
Nope.
Friday.
All in
Is
favor?
that always the same day every year?
Yes.
Like
Yep,
the 19th of June, no matter where?
Yep.
yep.
Okay.
All in
It's not
favor?
the- Oh, yeah.
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
They both sign. I said, you guys plan to work on Friday? The court goes.
Justin Meyer to
Yeah.
discuss appeal
They
of
plan on.
FOIA denial.
We are in an active Zoom meeting. He has been invited and he is not present.
Is not present. Okay,
So once,
Was he ever present?
do we have a motion on that?
He did not.
No motion? Going once, twice, dies. Correct?
yep,
No action taken.
No
No action
action.
taken. Any unfinished business? Resolutions, resolution 2026-07, supporting Michigan House Bill 5249.
I'll make the motion. Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye. Oh, yeah.
We gotta do a roll call?
Kevin, yeah.
It has to do with.
Commissioner Hughes?
Yes.
Commissioner Nelson?
Yes.
Commissioner Rondo?
Yes.
Commissioner Seaver?
yes.
Commissioner Seaver?
Yes.
Upgrade.
Okay, so pass. Committee reports, not many committees going on, but
Our trustee starts work Wednesday.
for document.
It's actually starting tomorrow. Oh, there. Yeah, they're gonna have to go over and help Eric and stuff. But I wasn't sure if Eric was. Yeah, gonna do that, right? Told him, he's there and waiting for you. Him and his Bertrand stars.
Oh, no, I. At Elger Fair board meeting, they got their bowl, so.
Yeah.
Mechanical bull.
You got her?
Yep.
They buy it or rent her?
They bought it.
There's no- Your mother's got a pet.
Available for bridal showers
You
and
think
abundance.
she can stay on it longer than you or Lou?
My name might be on the back of it. I'm still not sure yet. Right, did you find out if I'm donating or not?
You wanna donate?
Well, I told Corey I'd pay for half of it, but
Yeah,
I don't know if it ever made it to the board.
Corey wasn't there, so
Oh,
you can still do it.
all right. Are you guys buying a used one over?
No, it's a new one.
The new one's base model, the one over in the Sioux is a year old and it came with all the extra functions, including twerk mode.
Okay, we're off subject here.
On the record. New revenue stream. for
We
the
named
fair.
him Henry,
Henry.
because Henry, Mallory,
His idea.
that was his idea, yep,
Okay,
yep,
Henry the Bull.
Henry the Bull.
I have nothing, Mike,
Nope, only meetings I had was with the mosquitoes, so.
anything with those? Okay, correspondence,
None.
none, board comments? Wyatt? Mick?
I'm glad that Wyatt's gonna pay half for half the
Well, maybe I'll just pay for the update.
And said so publicly on the record.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I offered it, it never got returned to me.
I pass.
I'm good.
Pass. Staff, Joel,
I don't have anything.
Sam,
Nothing here.
Robbie,
Nothing to add.
Sheriff Department, either one? Republic comment, nobody here, nobody online. With the multiple adjourn,
I'll make it.
Okay.
favor.
Aye.
Out of here.